stoned. Just out of the swimming pool. She's looking at big red eyes on me. Had a great session there in the pool, trashing up and down, trying to stay with the boys. Awesome stuff. So I just want to chat to you a little bit about the Bitcoin rally, what happens next, and hopefully give you a few tips. If you're new here, just a quick introduction. My name is Dinny from Bitcoin With Dinny. We're Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company, and for the last 5 years we've been helping people to retire early by building Bitcoin pensions. Despite all mainstream and all traditional finance saying it was nonsense, our customers, some of them have retired early, some of them are well on their way to retiring early because they didn't swallow the narrative, they didn't swallow the nonsense, they got the information for themselves, and they took the action. So, nothing you hear is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a Bitcoiner, and my claim to fame is I guess I retired myself early, not through the use of Bitcoin, unfortunately. I didn't figure it out quick enough, but just by building businesses. And pop on here and try and share my 2 sats so that people can learn rather than having to make their own mistakes. Because if you're going to learn, the best way to learn is by someone else's mistakes, because then you save your own time and you save your own money. Okay, but when you have to learn by your own mistakes, you waste your own time and you waste your own money. So that's a terrible idea. Do me a favor, hit the like button, and let's get cracking. So Bitcoin had its big rally. We all knew it was coming. I believe there was 43,000 Bitcoin purchased in the last 8 days. Okay, and there's only over 3,000 created in the last 8 days. So you don't have to be a rocket science to figure out that the price is going to go up, and the price is going to continue to go up. With volatility, of course, it's going to continue to go up all the way to 100 grand, all the way to a million, all the way to 10 million. Okay, just not as fast as you might want it to, but it's inevitable that occurs. And if that sounds crazy talk to you, don't worry. People said we were crazy when we said Bitcoin would hit 1,000, and we said it would hit 10,000, and we said it would hit 100,000. So it's grand. We're used to people thinking it's crazy, but Bitcoin has a tendency to rip people's faces off when they least expect it. And unfortunately, that's going to happen. Now, a lot of you guys who are here in the space, congratulations. I'm going to give you a tip. But most people on the sidelines, we can see that just Google interest in Bitcoin as a search term, it's in the doldrums. Retail aren't here. They haven't realized that it's just crypto native people are here and they're playing with meme coins, or they're trying to trade on Bitcoin, you know, but they're just the degens in the crypto space. There's no new retail here, okay? They're all asleep. They all think Bitcoin was a scam and it's gone and it's dead. And it's going to rip their face off probably around Christmas time when it breaks 100K. Or certainly starts breaking all-time highs. They're going to be piling back in, scratching their head going, but my financial advisor told me it was a bubble. And my bank manager told me it was a Ponzi scheme. What am I going to do? Meanwhile, their bank manager, their financial advisor, are my clients, and they're buying a couple of million worth of Bitcoin. I laugh, but what else can you do in this situation? So my sort of mission has been for the last 5 years, try and get this out to general population, normal people, the people who basically run the country, okay? And try and get them to figure it out and to help them build their own Bitcoin pension plans. And I put out a ton of free content, and obviously we've paid products like the Retire Early Club and all the consultant products that we offer, where we do it for you guys. But retail's asleep. Those who are here, you'll notice your psychology. And if you're following my channel 4 years, you'll notice that I had the exact same message back in the last cycle. When we got the parabolic moves, I came out with the same message because, see, investing fundamentals and principles, they're timeless. They're not just going to work this month or this week. They're going to work this decade. They're probably going to work for the next 100 years, okay? And that's all I use. I've been reading books and taking courses and having coaches on how to get rich for the last 20 years. Okay, and there's universal lessons that pop up in all those things, and they're just the principles that I built the Retire Early Club on, and the principles that I make all my decisions on. But you'll see that your psychology changes when Bitcoin starts ripping. Suddenly people are like, you know, the Retire Early Club, oh, should I buy now or should I wait? You know, they're asking all the typical questions that's shown that they're making their decisions on 1, emotions, and 2, strangers' opinions. It's not how you should manage your capital. Okay? That's why I built the course, and that's why hopefully everyone in it will take the course so they understand that you must build your own principles. You can follow Dinny's golden rules, but you got to build your own strategy. And once you have a strategy and a thesis, everyone should have a 10-year strategy, a 10-year strategy to retire yourself. I lived in a caravan, okay, with a broken back, and went from there to retired in 10 years with a 10-year plan, okay? I believe in everyone in the retire early club, I'm like, create a 10-year plan. I know we all want to get rich quick and we all want to retire at the end of the year, but like statistically, the odds of that happening are really, really low. I prefer wealthy people take bets that they know they're going to win. Okay, they don't gamble because they hate losing. I'll tell you a little story about gambling. I was there at the weekend and a fella came in to the pub and he's known for always putting big bets on, and everyone hears about his winners, but no one hears about the losers. And he was putting a bet on the match to win, Arsenal to win against Liverpool, was it? 3-1. And he got the odds. And then your man behind the counter said, actually though, I can give you similar odds on 3-0, 3-1 and 3-2. And he was like, no, 3-1. And I just scratched my head and I thought, they're way better odds here. There's 20 quid. Put 20 on that for me. Okay? Because the odds sounded better. But what did the match finish? 2-2. And I nearly won the bet. But I lost the bet. And that reminded me why I don't gamble. Because I hate losing, especially money. And it killed me to lose that 20 quid. And I was really annoyed over it. And that would prevent me from putting on a bet for probably, I remember the last time I put 50 quid in a horse. It must have been 20 years ago. And I lost it. And that was, again, I didn't have it to lose then, but it was my first time going into a bookies. And I was like, all right, yeah. And I had 50 quid and I put 2 20s on 2 horses and I put a 10 on another. Lost them all. And I was like, I'm never coming in here again. So yeah, losing money is a good lesson. So yeah, wealthy people only want to take bets that they're going to win, that they know they can win, or that they know that the odds are stacked in their favor. And that's the difference, okay? So that's why it's about building a strategy. If you build a 10-year strategy, it doesn't matter what happens this month, this week with Bitcoin. It makes no difference to your investment decisions. It doesn't matter what happens this year. There's going to be more opportunities. Bitcoin's going to have a massive crash. I don't know when, but it's going to have a massive crash. In fact, guess what? It's going to have loads of them. And if you understand and you make smart decisions, smart moves, and you create a strategy, you'll be able to capitalize when those situations occur. In fact, you could do what I done in 2020 and build into the strategy, the play that I was going to do in the bear market. It involved selling a company. And, so now is the time to be thinking and planning. So it doesn't matter what the hell Bitcoin does today. I'm planning the full cycle and I'm planning next cycle. Okay, and I'm making a 10-year strategy of how to exit the rat race. Now, exiting the rat race, I always go on about retiring early. Retiring early doesn't mean retiring. Well, for me, it doesn't. For most people who are working and they hate their job, they're on the M50 every day and they just want to give up everything. They think retiring means doing nothing. But I can promise you, there's no super wealthy people, the billionaires. None of them are retired. None of them do nothing. They all do something. They all still have companies. Why? Because you have to. It's just that you do it because you're building things you love and things you enjoy, as opposed to doing someone else's passion project or just being a number and hating it, okay? So make a 10-year strategy. In the meantime, start building some sort of a business or a service around something you're insanely passionate about. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world is going to change so much in the next decade. So much. It's going to be unrecognizable. And I can't figure it out at all. That's where my study is now. I do study Bitcoin a little bit now, but I try and see where the world is going because there's so much change coming and it's just about being positioned. There's going to be massive opportunity for the people who see it, and the vast majority, the masses who won't see it happening, they're all going to be unemployed. Okay, they're not going to have a career, they're not going to have a future, and there's huge societal impact on that. You know, what will these people do? We're obviously going to have universal basic income. We're obviously going to have the digital euro to support these people through free money. And it's just, I don't know, you can let me know in the comments if you can figure out what way the world is going. But one thing is for certain, there's going to be huge change with the way software is developing so fast, so quick. And a huge portion of the world literally will have no job, have no career. And therefore, like, what's their place going to be in society? How are we going to fix this? How are we going to manage this? You know, that's for people much smarter than me to figure out. Me as an entrepreneur, me as a businessman, I just have to future-proof everything that I do and all decisions I'm making, both my investments and my businesses. And it's also exciting because I'm like, what new businesses can I build into the future, leveraging the existing technologies that we already, that we're building today and that are going to reshape the world in the future. So I think it's going to be exciting. I would say if you don't have good hobbies, get good hobbies, because you may have more free time in the future. And one of my theses is that, AI is going to make everything in the world abundant, including gold. Bitcoin is the only thing that AI can't make abundant and has a verifiable scarcity. So, a lot of my attention goes into that. And someone just, Christopher's there comment, anyone buying the all-time high? I've bought the all-time high in Bitcoin loads of times. And the first Monday of the month is when I DCA into Bitcoin. So I guess that's next Monday. So if we're at the all-time high, I'll be buying Bitcoin at the all-time high. I've bought all-time highs for years, and I'll continue to do them for years. Guess like Michael Saylor, he's been buying at the top, and he's going to continue to buy at the top. And that's why I think the mindset has to change. Rather than looking, it might come down 10%. It's like, you're thinking too small if you're worried about buying something 10% more expensive than you should. You're really not getting the enormity of the situation here, of the opportunity that you have. A priority will be, how do I get as much money as possible to buy the all-time high? That's the way I'd be thinking. Okay. And then to do the next all-time high and the next all-time high, how am I going to raise capital? Because if Bitcoin's producing 50% a year, all you have to do is have a lump of capital, and it's very hard to earn more than that. Like, you can go and do your job, and people every day, they're on the M50, they're all over going to work doing important things. But like, are they doing more than 50% on a decent lump of capital with the whatever 1,000 hours this year they're going to do working, or 2,000 hours? I don't know what the hell it is. I can't remember the maths. But like, they're probably not. And for me, what I try and get across to people is major in the majors. Not everyone, majority of the world majors in the minors. They overthink everything and they take no action on the big things, whereas they spend years making a decision on something tiny that makes 0.5% impact on their life. Major in the majors. That's why I like to be not busy and have a lot of free time and make big decisions, big powerful decisions, okay, as opposed to just being in the rat race trying to, go to work to earn £1,000 this week or something. It's like, I'd rather make a big decision that is much more consequential. Okay, now I suppose I'm sitting on a high horse here because I got myself to that position over a 10-year plan of getting to retirement. So initially I did have to sweat it. I sweated my ass off in trying to generate as much money a week as possible. But I try and think, I definitely wouldn't have done the same steps that I done years ago if I had the opportunity today. Knowing what I know now, I'd be thinking everything I just said there before I backtracked a little bit, and I'd major in the majors a lot more. So enjoy Bitcoin's rally. It's going to rally further. It's going to crash. Create yourself at least a 4-year plan. No point in being here if you don't have a 4-year plan of, not financial advice, but the people who dollar cost average do the best. Okay, they don't create taxable events, they don't trade, they don't get rug pulled, they don't lose the Bitcoin, and they outperform all the people who think they're smarter. And what I say to the people who think they're smart, you'll see them in the comments on my videos. They're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they're working a job, they have a net worth of 20 grand in the bank. Okay, like, you're probably not the genius you think you are, otherwise you'll already be rich. Okay, and I don't say that to be an asshole, I just say that to try and humble you so you realize that you're being dumb. You're not the first person who thought they could trade Bitcoin, buy the bottoms, sell the tops. Every cycle we have new geniuses, and they just end up with less Bitcoin than if they were just more humble, done some work, didn't try to get rich quick, created a 10-year plan, and realized that it's rite of passage in Bitcoin. As I said to one of the guys in the Retiree Club yesterday, like, we've 300 something people in that. I says, it's rite of passage to buy Bitcoin and for it to trend down. It's literally, anyone who's had success in Bitcoin has done that. And those who haven't will never have success in it because they don't understand the mentality of HODL. They don't understand the mentality of volatility. They don't understand that it's the volatility that is retiring all these people. A good friend of mine, Peter Dunworth, he said to me on the call when I was chatting to him about options and was it viable to get options and, try and use options to dampen the volatility. And, Peter's is far smarter than me with managing money. He manages money for high net worth families, family office he runs. And he just said, like, the highest performing thing that anyone can do right now is to learn to eat glass. And that means learn to eat the volatility, embrace the volatility. And I think over the years, most Bitcoiners learn this and understand this, and hopefully a lot of our audience do. Let me know if you're a glass eater here. Let me know in the comments if you've eaten some glass over the years, and if you're getting hungry for some more glass. Because believe me, if you think we've eaten glass in the last 2 years, and it was one of the worst, it was the worst bear market in Bitcoin's history. So congratulations if you came here somewhere between 2020 and today, and you've been accumulating Bitcoin and studying Bitcoin and riding the volatility. Like, congratulations, you've gone through one of the worst bear markets. But when you're in the future, I believe we're all going to have to eat glass, a lot of glass, and it's going to be really tasty. Guys, anyway, just rambling on here. Thought I'd hop on, say hello. Nothing sort of concrete to talk about today, but some dude admiring my car. She's valeted now, so she looks bling. Hope you have a super day. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Any questions, stick them in the comments, and sure, we can address them on the next video. But congratulations if you're here, if you're eating glass, you're in. I think someone just commented, I'm not on my high horse, I'm on the fastest horse, but we're all on the fastest horse. If you've done the work, you've ignored all the mainstream FUD, mainstream or the traditional finance, oh, Bitcoin's risky, oh, Bitcoin's upon all this nonsense. If you've been able to do the work or join communities or spend money on courses, that's what I done to educate myself. That's why I learned fast. I didn't try and figure it out myself. You know, you're on the fastest horse. Early retirement is only a matter of years away if you're making the right moves at the right time. Guys, have a super day. Thanks for being here. Dinny out. Whoop. Yes.